not the outcome that you wanted today, I'm sure, but just can you take us through what you think went wrong?
Coaches got to come up with a better game plan on both sides of the ball, and players got to play it better. We're off kilter from the start. They did a good job manufacturing a drive down the field, keeping us off balance. They did a good job getting turnovers. They did what they were supposed to do and came in here to do, and we didn't.
Can you speak about the lack of pass rush today? You guys just didn't have pressure on Derek Carr.
We had to stop it because the ball was coming out pretty quick. They wasn't holding the ball long enough for us to get the pass rush, so we tried to cover. I didn't think in the first half we tackled well when the ball was dumped down there. I thought they cleaned it up some in the second half.
Todd, you guys had urgency these last 4 weeks because you really couldn't lose in a sense. What was that urgency today with a chance to clinch the division?
It was still urgency. They just played better than us. They played better than us. They executed better than us. They won a turnover battle, and usually when you do those type of things in the games that we play against them, you win the game.
With Lattimore being out, and he's the thorn in the side of Mike Evans, it seemed like this was set up for Mike to have a big game. Was he being covered that well, or was it just the fact that you wanted to establish your run so much?
They did a good job taking away Mike and Chris early on, and they disguised it well, and they ran guys over to him. If it looked like he was there, he wasn't there, and they did a good job beating us up front at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Todd, you've had so many ups and downs this year. Even after today, if you win next week, you have the division. How well can this team put this behind them and move forward to needing to win next week?
No, we have to. It'll sink in today. Obviously, we know we have to win next week. We weren't trying to bring it to next week. Obviously, we want to win the one today. We didn't win the one today. We got to come back on Tuesday, and we got to be very focused. We got to be ready. We got to execute. Doesn't matter who we played today, a good team, a bad team, a college team, a high school team, we wouldn't have won the game.
Can you speak to the game that Zion McCollum had? I know he seemed to do a good job when he was lining up against Chris Olave, and then I think in the second half you also at times had him going up against Jawan Johnson.
I honestly got to watch the film. I really didn't see him that much today, but I'll check the film.
Coach, how sore was Baker Mayfield? What's going to be his status going forward? And was that a cheap shot, you think? There's been a lot of chippiness in the series.
Well, he went back out there. Obviously, it was a late hit. I got to look at the film again to see what happened to him. But he went back out there after he got hurt, so we'll see how he feels.
Todd, the Saints tight ends really kind of ran wild today on your defense. What were they doing today that made Johnson and Hill so effective?
Like I said, we didn't tackle well underneath coverage. We had leverage. We didn't tackle well.
Anything else?
What was your message to the team in the locker room, or what will your message be to them going forward?
Oh, we definitely stunk it up as coaches. We stunk it up as players. We didn't play up to our standard. We're trying to win a division. We didn't win one. We got another chance next week. Come back Tuesday ready to work, and we got to, by any means necessary, we got to show up Sunday.
These last three Bucs Saints games in Tampa are a 9-0 loss. Last year's game where you're down 16-3 with 5 minutes to go. And today, why do you think their defense has had so much success keeping you in check?
Well, it's not just us. They play like that against everybody. If you watch them, they have a hell of a defense. They got some guys over there that can make plays. Dennis does a good job scheming us up. We just got to do a better job executing.
Okay, thank you.